Today I'm going to discuss about the parts of an EST3 fire alarm panel. So, fire alarm panel is made up of cabinets. Here we have cabinet 1, cabinet 2, cabinet 3, cabinet 4. So this panel is a 4 cabinets fire alarm panel. So this is cabinet 1 with cabinet 2, cabinet 3, and cabinet 4 is supposed to be here, but for now it's not in use, but it is just a spare. We can add another one later. Then we have slots. When we talk of slots, we talk of these small parts. So this first part is the CPU. It carries two slots. These ones double makes a CPU. So this is 2 slots, 3, 4, and 5. So these are 5 slots. EST3 fire alarm panel. So let's go into details. We have first slot is the CPU. This is the brain and the brain of the panel, whereby all the programs, the commands are executed. You can see here we have these indicators. It indicates power when the system is on, when you are testing, when the CPU fails, malfunction, or it fails, ground fault, and when you disable a device. Then we have a reset button, alarm silence button, panel silence, drill, alarm, supervision or supervisory, trouble, monitor. Then we have this arrow pointing left, this details and command menu. So what happens is this. Let's start up here. This one just shows that the system is powered and is on. The presence of power is indicated by this here green color. Then we have this test. If we carry out any test, like testing a device, testing anything on this panel, this one will show us. When we come to here, CPU fail, this is a very important one, because if the CPU malfunction or the CPU, some components of the CPU are not responding the way they are supposed to, this one will turn on. This one will show us that the CPU is no longer performing its required task, so it will fail and it will indicate us from here. Then we will have this ground fault. This ground fault is caused by so many factors. We'll discuss in details later. Then we have disable. We have this device, you remove them from the system temporarily. So they can still loop in the loop, but you can make them to not communicate with the panel by disabling them. So once you disable, you will see this light here turning on. Then we have this reset button. This is to clear the alarm to default state, to return the system back to normal once there is an alarm. Then we have this alarm silence. This alarm silence, in case of alarm, all the strobe lights, the sounders will go on. So if you want to silence those sounders, you will press here, then these sounders will go off. Then we have this panel silence. In case we have a device which has been removed, or a loop is interrupted, or there is an open circuit, or there is a broken circuit somewhere, or a device is faulty, the panel is designed in a way that if it sees any of the device is offline, it has to indicate that by producing a sound which indicates that there is a problem, there is somewhere which has to be checked. So this one, the panel will start beeping. Then after that, if you want to silence, you will press this panel silence button, so the panel will go off. Then we have this fire drill. This button is designed to activate, to initiate the alarm from the panel. From the panel, you can initiate the alarm to test all the devices. So that is the fire drill. And this display here, this display shows us, like this, you can see for this, the golf course, it shows us the name of the system. You can see here alarm history. You can see just time and date. So this one will be able, in the case of alarm, will be able to provide you with relevant information, the date and the time the alarm has occurred. Then we have here alarm. This one is to acknowledge Once there is an alarm, you can, before silencing or resetting, you can acknowledge the alarm first, then you can reset or alarm silence. Here is a supervisory. There are some system will be added to it, which will. Then here, the trouble, if you want to see all the errors in that panel, you will press this button, then the errors will appear. Will bring you on the errors column. Then we have monitoring. We'll have another system which are added to this EST3 fire alarm panel, which are monitoring other system, controlling HVAC, controlling lift, controlling water flow switch, and so on. So we have here, this one allows us, let me see, you see like I've pressed reset, it's requesting a password. So that password is 44444. So you can come, that's why you have these numbers here. These numbers allow us to enter the passwords and also to disable a device. We're going to do into details. Let me press again, and you see, if I press reset, it's a request for a password. Once the password is requested, then you press the password and you press enter. So it will reset the system. Then, now we have here, we have this arrow, previous and next message. You see this system has no errors, so it is clean, so you cannot see any errors. In case you remove a loop or you remove anywhere, you will see the errors will be added to the system. Then you will start scrolling up and down using this command. So we'll have details. Let's see, we'll have details. I will show you. I will go take a panel having those errors, then we'll see. Then let's come here to command menu. So if you press command menu, there are so many things which has to be done here. You will check the system status, you will enable the system, you will disable, activate, restore, reports, program, test. So there are 8 options you can use here. So that is all about the CPU of the EST3 fire alarm panel. Now let's come back here. When we open this CPU outside here, this is how it looks like. This is what connected the LCD to the motherboard. Then we have here network. I don't know, I'm sure it's clear. This is where this EST3 system has been designed in such a way that you can have multiple panels and you can make them communicate. That what is displaying on this panel can display on other panels. Okay, the information on the panel are concurrent and are the same. So you can make them communicate through this network port. Okay, in and out. So it's getting information and sending to another panel, and so on. You can add audio devices from here. You can add other systems from these ones here. Then we have other outputs. Once there is an alarm, the alarm contact, you can see you have normally open here and normally closed. So you can control other circuits like lift, HVAC, shutting down access control system. You can connect them here. You can also connect supervisory from here, and you can also monitor trouble. You can connect like a buzzer, whereby if there is a trouble, it shows you from there that there is a trouble, and that buzzer will start beeping. So there is also a buzzer here, which has been put by the manufacturer to allow us get the sound notification when there is a trouble. Then we have these ports here. This is the ports which allow us to carry out programming. So that is all about the CPU. So this is where all the commands you give here are being executed here from this memory here. All the program has been executed here. There's memories, and the system is really interesting inside. Apart from the CPU, we have this card number 1. Card number 1, this is a power supply card. This card allows us to power other circuits. We can power some other circuits like, you can power some other type of sounders. some different types of circuits which require 24 volt from this system. This is a system that has to depend on the fire alarm system to work, so that in case of alarm panel, it's shut down. So we can power other circuits like sounders, strobe lights, and others from this card 1. You can see this is just a power supply module. Okay, this card 1. Then we have the card 2. Card 2, this is one of the most important card in this system. This is the card 2 now. So these are the card now which carries out all the detecting devices. The card has 2 loops. You can see loop 1 and loop 2. This is an intelligent system. So on this card here we can put 250 devices and 250 devices. So the card carries around 500 devices. 125 devices are smokes, heat, manual call points, and modules. Manual call point. Those are 125 devices. The other 125 devices carries out all the modules you will add in the system. The same applies to the second loop. 125 devices, call point, smoke detectors, heat detectors, and the remaining 125 are for the other circuits like modules to control other circuits. So that is how the system is being designed. So the programming can be done through a single card, single line. This is declared in the program. You will declare this. So after declaring this from the program, you can declare that you only need to program this a single card. Okay, you can declare it from the program, but most of the time we program from the CPU to avoid some errors which happens on the system. Now let's come back here to the loop. You can see here we have loop A, loop B, okay, loop A. What it means is that this system has been designed in 2 classes. We have class A and class B. Class A is connected in a ring. What do I mean? If my input comes out from the panel from here, it will go through all the detectors and return back here. So the advantage of this system is that even if there is an open circuit somewhere, all the detectors will still be powered, because the power will get out from here and will get also out from the other side. So there is also another class B, which is in a single line, whereby if a device on the line is disconnected, all the devices after that device will also be disconnected. They will not get power. So when I talked of modules, these are modules to be used in a fire alarm system, intelligent. This is a CT2 module. This is a SIGA CC1 and also SIGA CC1 modules. Okay, so this uses, so you can see this is a power supply which produces 24 volt for the panel, because the system works with 24 volt. Then in case of a blackout, whereby there is a shortage of power, we have these 2 batteries. These 2 batteries have been connected in series. They are 12 volt batteries. They have been connected in series to provide, you can see here this line, series to provide 24 volt in case of blackout for at least 1 hour before the main AC comes back. Also, the system is designed in such a way that it also charges this battery. Okay, so that is what I wanted to share with you today. That is the brief. You can see, you can have a look, you can ask any question. Thank you.